when Florida Hospital joined the collaboration for all the right reasons, they're very mission focused, and they said, hey, we want to become a part of a community's health outside the clinical setting.
Okay.
It's now been determined that 80% of our health outcomes are not based on going to the doctor. It's based on our built environment.
Wow.
That's
Let's
why
just stop for a minute.
Yeah.
80% of our health outcomes, you said,
are not based on the clinical setting or your interaction with a doctor. So it's based on housing, transportation, education, all these other things.
Community you live in.
Yeah, so you may have heard the saying that your zip code determines your likelihood to succeed or fail. Well, that's why. Because in some zip codes, those elements are not in place.
Right.
And some are,
we've
like
had the
College Park.
migration, right, to zip codes that we find attractive.
Yeah.
For our
and
kids,
it can be.
but then it leaves a real challenge for those zip codes that are underfinanced.
Yeah.
Don't have the tax basis, right?
Well, it's not just the tax base. It's actually not at all the tax base in my estimation.
Yeah.
It's about the fair and just treatment of one neighborhood versus another. I mean, in a city or a county, the same department handles streets and drainage repair, but I would be hard-pressed to find a pothole not maintained in College Park, for example. In Paramore, I might find a lot of potholes not maintained.
Okay, and so
And
this is what you found, just lack of
just treatment of one community versus the next. Now, Bithell has a unique situation that it was a bankrupt city that did not incorporate, probably the most unique in the country.
Yeah.
As a backstory to how we got there.
Right.
But in general, I would say that low-income communities are not treated with as much VIP treatment or dignity. So therefore, you rise to that low expectation. You know, if trash isn't picked up as well or as thoroughly, if the streets aren't maintained as well, people start to learn to accept, if you will, those things, and therefore you become very depressed and uninspired.